Namaskar, this is Dr. Pushpak Bhattacharya from the Faculty of Computer Science and Engineering, IIT Bombay. I would like to introduce to you speech-to-speech machine translation technology for education in Indian languages. After my brief introduction, Professor S. Umesh of IIT Madras will give a demonstration and a more elaborate explanation of the system. Now we know India is a land of diversity where there are 22 official languages. There are 4 language families and more than 30 languages are spoken by over 1 million people. This diversity is very enriching and very interesting, no doubt, but it poses its own challenges. One of those challenges is the language barrier. Higher education sector is mostly dealing with English. Lectures are almost always in English. Therefore, people not comfortable with English find it difficult to access this material. This gap was recognized by Government of India, who started the National Language Translation Mission, NLTM. NLTM, under its umbrella, started the Speech-to-Speech Machine Translation Consortium, consisting of IIT Bombay, IIT Madras, CDAC and IIIT Hyderabad. We are creating a pipeline of automatic speech recognition, machine translation and text-to-speech, which will convert a spoken utterance in English into one of the Indian languages, and this will be applied to the education domain. Now there are 40,000 lecture videos in NLTM and SWAYAM platform. Translating all this material into Indian languages is a humongous effort, but we have seen that with the application of our technology, the translation effort can be reduced by about 75%. Of course, the pipeline comes with its own challenges. For example, automatic speech recognition has to deal with disfluency, the use of etc. The tone and accent varies from one region of India to another. The text-to-speech system has to achieve lip syncing. The uttered text must be synchronized with the spoken text. Also, Indian languages often mix 2 languages. There is what is called Hinglish, which is mixture of Hindi and English, and Banglish, which is mixture of Bengali and English, and so on. However, all these challenges are being overcome, and our speech-to-speech machine translation technology is poised to make great impact in the education sector by making educational material available in Indian languages. Now, Professor S. Umesh of IIT Madras will give a demonstration of the system and also a more elaborate explanation thereof. Thank you.
Hello everyone, I am going to be showing you a demonstration of how you can automatically convert a lecture given in English into Indian languages. In this case, I am choosing a Hindi translation. Okay, and this is all done automatically. Okay,
the last part of it.
So the first step is what's called speech recognition, which converts speech to text, and I will just show you what happens in speech to text. So you will see words coming as a professor speaks.
3D that remains is emission pattern.
So as a professor speaks,
let's say I have a
this is
LED
automatically being generated, right?
And I'm looking at, when we say emission pattern, we typically look at far field pattern.
So exactly whatever the professor said comes out as text. This English sentence is converted to Hindi text sentence by machine translation, and finally machine translated output in Hindi is synthesized to human voice in
भाग जो बना
Hindi.
हुआ है वह है उत्सर्जन पैटर्न। हम कहते हैं कि मैं एक नेतृत्व और मैं देख रहा हूँ। जब हम उत्सर्जन पैटर्न कहते हैं तो हम आम तौर पर दूर।
So you can see everything is automatically done, both the human voice generation and the text generation. So the actual text output is here. This was what was automatically translated to Hindi text, right? So what is happening now is, for example, NPTEL has 50,000 videos. They have a human who actually types this text as the professor, listens to the professor and types it in English. Then a professional translator takes this English text, converts it to Hindi. Then a professional reader actually reads out that Hindi to match the video. Okay, so this is all done by humans currently, and therefore it takes about 4 to 6 weeks for a 40-hour lecture, right? And if you have so many 50, 100,000 videos, it's not going to scale up, right? So how can technology help? Okay, and that is where we are presenting this approach where we have a combination of automatic speech recognition, machine translation, and text to speech to do these things automatically. Okay, but remember, these are automatic systems, so they will create errors, and therefore these errors cascade and may not result in an output that is very desirable. So what can we do? We can introduce humans, right? So that is the essential idea of our approach. That's what we are proposing to do. So the idea is that given an automatic system, for example, I'm going to play the audio.
The last part of LED that remains is emission pattern.
So the automatic speech recognition system does do some errors, right? So is called disfluency. When I say I'm going to think, right? And that's why I say and all that. And then emission patent, right? So it should have been pattern. So this is a mistake done by the system. And because of this, the automatic system also makes mistakes, right? It thinks is a word, and patent obviously is wrong. So it made a mistake there also. But on top of that, when it sees LED, it thinks it is led. The captain led the team, right? So it thinks it's Netritva, and that is wrong, right? And therefore it sounds very bad. So what we need to do is also correct the, first of all, the English, text part of it by human. So pattern should be corrected to patent should be pattern. Remove the disfluency. Then the machine translation improves, automatic machine translation, but still it thinks led as Netritva. So the human is going to say, no, there's a professional translator. So he's going to say, right, that it is basically LED ka antim bhag, not Netritva. So the human translator, the professional translator says, this is the correct term, and then it sounds very nice.
LED का अंतिम भाग उत्सर्जन पैटर्न है.
Okay, so this is what we have been doing with the multi-institution as a part of the national mission. We are, I think, the first group that's trying to do this speech-to-speech in technical lectures for Indian languages. And why are we doing it? Because one of the major thrusts of the national education policy is that things should be available in Indian languages for students. That makes a lot more easier to understand, and that is one of the most important goals. And this is why we are interested in automating this to scale it up so that thousands of lectures can be done in a few months. Okay, and we have already started effort in this direction. So there are almost 100 videos that have been translated to multiple Indian languages. For example, I'll play the Marathi, right? This is another lecture.
नमस्कार मित्रांनो, आपण या मालिकेत कृत्रिम बुद्धिमत्तेबद्दल काही गोष्टी शिकणार आहोत. आपण पहिल्या प्रकरणाने सुरुवात करूया. चला तर कृत्रिम
part of the national mission.
एखादी गोष्ट
We hope,
जी समजायला अतिशय अवघड आहे अशी की
we look forward to a community effort to make this available for many languages in as short a time as possible. Thank you very much.